in Southport. You may be familiar with the story. All incident unfolded over the weekend. But again, a targeted shooting, according to authorities, at a restaurant in Southport that killed 3 people. Governor Stein is there with remarks on this, and we should get updates on this investigation. But let's take a listen in to what's being said right now.
Let's look to the future and not let this event define us. We are a closely knit community who over time will again come together to enjoy our surroundings and each other. I want to remind everyone with a short story of who we are. Just 48 hours earlier, I was in that very bar, and I was talking to a manager from a local jurisdiction, and we were going over success stories that both jurisdictions had. And as I was exiting that establishment, 2 gentlemen who I've never met before were walking behind me. And as we got to the door, those who have been to American Fish realize there's the doorman there. He had collected some tips, and the tips were sitting on a wooden shelf right there in full view of everybody with a glass on top of it. And the doorman had left to go do something else. And I turned to the gentleman and I said, "You know how you can tell that you're in Southport?" And they said, "No." I said, "Because as we can see, that money is sitting there in full view. And that money will still be there no matter how many people walk by that money when he comes back to work, back to his station here." And they both agreed that we live in an idyllic surrounding, which has now been broken 48 hours later. We all need to strive to retrieve that way of life, which I am very confident we can as a city. Now let me turn this over to Sheriff Chisholm.
Good morning again. I was having a conversation with Chief Todd Corn just a little while ago, and he brought to my attention something that I didn't think about. I want to, first off, obviously my heart and prayers goes out to the family and all of you that were affected by this. I also want to take this opportunity to thank those agencies that were necessarily not here in Southport, but played an instrumental role in getting people to the hospital. I heard a story about agencies that we didn't know about stopping stoplights and traffic for ambulances to get through. So while we have a lot of representation here today, there's others that are not listed that really came together and gave us what we need to get a quick resolution and get people the help that they need. I also stand here today to reiterate again what I said yesterday. We are not going to let this define Brunswick County. We are not going to let this define North Carolina, and we are definitely not going to let this define Southport, the place that we all love. Many of you grew up here. This is home. Don't let this define you. We all go through trying times in our life. I have. I'm sure if I asked you to raise your hand, everybody in this room raise your hand that they have been tried at a time. Our faith is being tested right now. But you've all heard this. He will not give us more than we can handle. Remember that. We had the prayer vigil last night. We had over 1,000 people show up in support. Law enforcement community thanks you for what you did for us last night and what you continue to do to support us. And I assure you that we are here to support you and protect you. We took an oath to do that. So again, thank you for all the agencies standing behind us, the ones that were in the line of fire, ran towards the shots, not away. I'm proud to be a sheepdog. I hold that near and dear to my heart instead of these men and women behind me. So again, thank you for the support. I appreciate you.
I'm Director Chip Hawley, State Bureau of Investigation. We had over 20 agents respond. I just want to make sure that what is really brought to the forefront, our prayers and thoughts go with all the victims and everyone affected. But the ability for local, state, and federal law enforcement to come together so quickly. Sheriff Chisholm, the chief here in Southport, you had you had your legislative representation. We were on the phone with them that live here in this community, and they were affected by this. And our ability to put over 20 agents, sworn and non-sworn, on the ground. And I would like to really reiterate the part about the EMS and fire people that just stood in the gap while we were trying to find the suspect, which was apprehended and charged, and we got the confession. The main part was there were people that needed to really be looked after. They were in dire need of medical attention, and those people who came together in this community to help that I just want to make sure that they get noted. The guard and all of them coming together, it was amazing. And the Bureau wants to make sure that we are that conduit with local law enforcement to make sure that we bring this community as safe and as possible as we can to make sure you have some comfort that we have you in this community is going to be okay. God bless.
Good afternoon. I want to thank Chief Coring from Southport Police Department, of course, Brunswick County Sheriff Ryan Chisholm. I also want to thank Oak Island Chief Charlie Morris, SBI Director Chip Hawley, U.S. Coast Guard Deputy Commander John Succo. They exhibited excellent leadership and an immediate response that was able to bring an end to the fear and panic that the shootings might have been even worse than they obviously were. I want to thank Senator Rabin and Representative Miller for being here. Both care deeply about this county and its people. As you've heard, Southport is a tight-knit community. It is known across the state as a tight-knit community. And all of us can just imagine a warm Saturday night, a special date night, sitting on a dock by the river, by the water. No one goes into that kind of special night thinking that tragedy is possible. But 2 nights ago here in Brunswick County, of course it happened. It was horrific. I'm heartbroken for the families of the 3 people who lost their lives in this terrible incident. Ann and I are praying for those who were injured for a full and immediate recovery. To the victims' families, and the people of Southport, I urge you to lean on each other in this wonderful community that you all have built here. I know I speak for the entire state of North Carolina when I say that you are not alone in your heartache or pain. You do not grieve alone. We stand with you. In my faith, it is the community's responsibility to comfort mourners, so we must. And we conclude our mourner's prayer by saying, may the one who brings peace to the universe bring peace to us. Chief Corning, Sheriff Chisholm, Chief Morris, Deputy Director Hawley, Deputy Commander Succo, I want to reiterate my appreciation for your immediate response to apprehend the suspect essentially within minutes of the attack. Your excellent police work may have saved additional lives. We will always be grateful for your resourcefulness and your professionalism. I have faith that law enforcement will continue to work tirelessly until the job is done in this case. And the state, of course, is ready to assist in any way possible to ensure that justice is served on behalf of the victims. One thing is clear. We must do more to prevent these acts of violence. It has to be our top priority. Recent events here in Southport and Charlotte, not to mention Michigan, Utah, Minnesota, and Kentucky, and I'm talking about just in the last few weeks, are clarion calls telling us that we have more work to do to make sure that people are both actually safe and that they feel safe in their communities. We must fix our broken mental health care system. We know that the vast majority of folks with mental health challenges pose no risk to others, but some can. There are too many people in our communities with dangerous obsessions exhibiting threatening behavior who do pose risks. We have got to do better, and I will do everything that I can, and I will work with anyone and everyone who is serious about protecting the people of this state. Folks deserve to be and feel safe in their towns, whether they're enjoying a dinner or praying in church or coming home from work. We must do better to keep people safe.